When will they start popping off these agreements? And there's a reference here on page 7 to new partnerships. Now, do we have stopgap measures that kick in as these agreements expire, or is there any chance of renewal? What is our plan with these 16,000 units?
So the agreements have begun to expire, and the expiries, all of the agreements will have expired by 2031 or 2. So currently, through these agreements, the city, I think in 2015, we received revenue of around $140 million. By the time they've all expired, we will receive revenue of $0. So that's the impact on us. Rob's team has been meeting with the providers who are impacted now and in the foreseeable future to try to do an assessment of what their status is. And I think, as one of the deputies said, in some cases, or Councillor Baila actually said, in some cases, there are some providers coming out of agreements who are actually going to be in pretty good shape. They're going to own their asset. It's worth something. The building's in not bad shape. They have capital reserves. They've got a good mix of market and subsidized tenants. And so how we partner going forward with them might be different from how we have to partner with a provider who is much more heavily subsidized in terms of percentage of units, who doesn't have a good capital reserve and who needs a lot of repairs. So we're dealing with them one-on-one, and the directions that we're recommending in this report are trying to take us to a systematic way of how we have relationships with providers. At the moment, it's one by one. It's very circumstantial.
So as the subsidies expire, and those co-ops with a mixed, sort of a blended array of units, some at market value, some at below, is there anything to prevent the co-ops from then going more for those tenants who will pay full market value for the units and peeling off the subsidized units, or do we have a regulatory framework in place where that can't happen?
That is what we need to develop. That's what this report is partly about. The reality is that once the operating agreement expires, the obligation of the provider to remain within the social housing program expires as well.